Hello my beautiful friend and welcome back to another daily video. Today we're going to talk a little bit about live service games again. Before we dive into that one, I have something else to show you really quick and short. By IGN, Capcom trumpets successful Resident Evil Requiem launch, 5 million copies sold. It's been just 5 days, so that's basically 1 million copies a day. You see how this works, Sony, with, Ghost of Yotei, Ghost of Nobai, whatever you want to call it. This is how it's supposed to be. Make a good game, sell copies. And we're going to talk about Sony in a moment again. Basically, wait, most of the video is about Sony today. But yeah, this is what happens when a game does well. The publisher and the developers are going to talk about it. They're going to put it everywhere. Look how many copies we've sold. This is why, again, Sony hit the sales numbers of Ghost of Nobai. And they're probably going to do this with other things as well. Speaking of Sony, Stellar Blade, a game that I absolutely enjoyed because it's not only easy on the eyes, and I don't mean just Eve, I mean basically every character in there. Even the old dude had an interesting design, and even he wasn't ugly. He was half machine just sitting there, but he wasn't ugly. Just think about that. What a novel concept. But it was also, the story was fine, it was good, but the combat was smooth. The combat was amazing. And this is what I say every time when I talk about Stellar Blade. It lures you in with the looks, but it keeps you with the gameplay because it's fantastic. But yeah, Stellar Blade had some issues with Sony in the past, not only because of censorship, but also because, like in Helldivers 2, they wanted to push the you have to be logged into your PlayStation Network account at all times while playing this game. For whatever reason. I mean, the reason is, yeah, look how many people have a PlayStation Network account. Shareholders, look, aren't we doing well? Look. Shareholder, are you proud of us? That's basically it. And it wasn't available in 130 countries in the world. Just think about that. And with a lot of pushback, just like in Helldivers, they said, okay, fine, it's going to be an optional thing, but when you do it, you get a skin. Wow. Great. I didn't even log into my PlayStation Network account because Sony is so irritating to me as of late, and I say this again and again. The only times I'm using my PS5 are really just basically, watching stuff on Amazon or YouTube whenever someone comes over and the TV is on. Because I'm not even playing Bloodborne anymore because I've played it so much. But yeah, Shift Up. The developers of Stellar Blade are going to self-publish in the future. They have already published several games by themselves. Stellar Blade needed the huge money boost, the syringe full of green for making the game and spreading it around the world. But now they have a name. Goddess of War Nikkei, or however you pronounce it, I already forgot. I played the game for a couple of hours because I really do like what Shift Up is doing. They are supporting families in their area. Because South Korea has also some issues financially, and they said, guys, we made a lot of money supporting the families in the cities around our areas is good. Wait, no, I think it was just the city, not cities. I have to redact that one. But still, they're doing amazing. They're treating their devs right. They're giving them yearly bonuses, really good bonuses, by the way. Again, they're supporting their environment, and they're doing such an amazing job. This is what I tried, Nikkei. Also because the DLC in Stellar Blade was so much fun, and it was basically Goddess of War Nikkei. Yeah, I had to try it, but it's just not for me, so I uninstalled it. But then again, Stellar Blade 2 is going to be awesome. So, let's just talk about Highguard for just a moment. 3 months after closing the Game Awards, Highguard is officially shutting down. Yeah, how is that working for you, Wildlight, the developers? What did you say? You don't need a huge player count to be successful? Apparently you do. Because who will spend money on your game if no one is playing it? Yeah, I see the problem there. But then again, it's another live service game that is ruined. And I've talked so much about it, I don't want to talk about it again. But what came to my attention, Highguard is basically just another game, another name for Overwatch. And I love that so much, it's so funny. And don't get me wrong, I do like live service games when they're made well. I say it again. I play Helldivers 2, or rather I played, but the community right now sucks. The devs suck, and my love for the universe is not enough to keep me and my friends invested in that one. Another live service game that I'm playing with my friends right now is Deep Rock Galactic. It's amazing, it's beautiful. Overwatch, we're playing that one. It's basically a live service game because you're getting stuff every now and then. And also new characters now, and we have a roadmap, finally, because of Marvel Rivals, a game that I'm also going to try in the future. So I'm not against live service games. They just have to give us something substantial, they have to be well made. Oh, by the way, one of my absolute favorite live service games right now is still Monster Hunter Wilds. I haven't played it in a month or so because of Overwatch, but I'm still going to go back to Monster Hunter Wilds, especially because next week Monster Hunter Stories 3 is coming out next week on Friday, so that's going to be a thing on the channel in the stream as well. But yeah, then we have here, oh sorry, I just needed the article. Bungie details Marathon's post-launch seasons, which will be free and evolve gameplay. Yeah, the problem here is... wait, let me just quickly look how many people played it at the end. And I need the bestseller of Steam. Steam bestsellers, there it is. So let's look here first. So, top sellers. Marathon is on spot 5 right now. But wait, this is not the complete one. Let's see. All charts and stats. Top sellers. Now, this is just Germany here. You can see DE Deutschland. Marathon is on the top 5 spot. Resident Evil Requiem, of course, here on... the 4th spot, which absolutely makes sense. What happened to Rainbow Six Siege, by the way? That it bumped up 46 spots. What? What happened there? Yeah, doesn't matter. Then we're looking at the US numbers. It's also on the 4th spot, but there were a lot of... Oh, wow, okay, Resident Evil Requiem on the 1st spot, absolutely makes sense. But then again, Rainbow Six Siege, 24 spots, weird. Then, Marathon, you can see, it went up by 32 spots. Makes sense, because a lot of people just refunded the game because it was in a crappy state. It just was. And sadly, I don't... Oh no, we know where it was. It was on spot 36. Then this came out. This is why we don't need the article. I'm still going to link the article in the description box down below. I just had this link here. So, post-launch content, also release content. We have 3 maps, which is obviously not enough. We have 6 characters. I mean, okay, fine, 6 characters. These are 6 Destiny classes that you can play as. And what is the difference here? I don't care. We have 6 factions with upgrades, which is probably also going to be like the factions in Destiny. You remember the factions where they said, oh, they're going to be so big, and however many people are supporting one faction, it's going to be stronger, and you will get more upgrades for that one. And in the end, they were just there. They were just some vendors that are selling you stuff. 28 guns, which is fine. I rather have less guns in a game that feel distinct to each other, and not the Borderlands 4 approach of we have quadruple zillion billion guns. Do you see how many we have? And the stupid people are just going to say, oh my god, so many guns. But a gun, in the end, in the video game, is basically a stat stick. It's a stick with stats. Yeah, and I rather have, again, distinct guns in a game. Then cores, implants, and mods. The Codex, which is basically, again, the Destiny equivalent to the Grimoire. And contracts, which are, yeah, well, quests. So, this is not much. By the way, this is absolutely not much. And okay, a new zone. So 4 maps, another gun, an event, mid-season tuning, which is hopefully a lot of things in the UI and so on. A competitive ranked mode coming later in the season. This is again Bungie doing the Destiny thing, where they will also say, oh yeah, trust us, PvP is going to be great. And then they just do nothing with there. And they're so creatively bankrupt. Not only are they, again, using an art style that they do not understand, but they're also taking Nightfall again. Nightfall quests. Nightfall... what was the name? I forgot. It's been a while since I played Destiny. The weekly Nightfalls. Those were a thing, you know, where you go into one of the dungeons. No, dungeons were another thing in Destiny. I forgot Nightfall strikes. Yeah, the strikes are basically just, you go in, you have a quest, do that, there is a boss at the end, and rinse and repeat. And Nightfall strikes were just, oh yeah, we have some modifiers in here. It's harder. You are not allowed to die, because whenever you die, you start from the beginning. Yeah. That's probably something similar. You go in with a lot of modifiers, and that's it. And by the way, this is June to August. Yeah. Yeah, I don't trust this. And season 3, you can't see it, I'm sorry, is August to November, redacted, because that makes your game so much better when you say everything is redacted, because it makes it so mysterious. Yeah, that doesn't work anymore with you, Bungie. With other developers, it might work, but not with you anymore, because the majority of people are fed up. I am fed up, and I'm really sad about that. Bungie is just a shell of a company, because they're not the same devs anymore. You know what? We're going to go a little bit into this article because, what was it? Each season of Marathon will have a different theme and a unique combination of new features, content, and stories that continue to evolve the world and gameplay. We'll also be tuning all of our loot and progression systems, creating space for new metas and ways to play to emerge. Do you trust them? Really? After the server slam? I'm not. My friends are not trusting Bungie anymore. Each season will introduce new ways to play existing zones, the developer claimed. For example, Season 2 will bring a nighttime version of Dire March, in addition to its next runner shell, new weapons, mods, okay, yeah, blah blah blah. We're also working on a brand new system that will change the way you play. Plan and progress throughout season. The studio said, for example, Nightfall will introduce the Cradle, a new system designed to give you more autonomy over your runner shells, statistical strengths and weaknesses. Okay, so you're basically going the Warhammer route of making your own hero? You know, in Age of Sigmar, it's the Anvil of Apotheosis, and I forgot what it's in 40k with the new campaign, where you can make your own new hero. That had another great name, but I just forgot right now. Yeah, I mean, fine, it can be fine, but I don't think there are going to be so much input from your side to make a really unique character. Yeah, seasonal resets mean that the game stays dangerous, loot feels meaningful, and there's always good opportunity to get back into the game or bring a friend in without feeling behind the curve. Oh, they're going to sunset items just to bring them back later. I call it already. They're sunsetting items just to bring them back 2 seasons after that one. Mark my words. Mark my words. I already know this. This is going to be that. It's a way to say goodbye to the old and welcome to the new. But they don't know how to make the new. They just are going to make 1 or 2 new items and then bring back the old items again with new and better stats. That's it. Maybe a new skin for the old item. So, oh, do you like this weapon? Do you remember Gjallarhorn, the amazing rocket launcher in Destiny 1? Yeah, I remember. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. But then again, it's another Sony published thing. They're going this route. Please remember, there is Horizon Hunter Gatherer, Horizon Zero Salad, Zero Diet, no... oh God, I don't know. By the way, we don't have numbers for that one. How many people tried that? We have nothing of Sony's side for that. I'm going to look into that one tomorrow. If I find something, I will tell you how many people played that one. But as of right now, I haven't seen anything. The test for Hunter Gatherer was last weekend, side by side with Marathon, while Resident Evil was released. This is not a good sign whenever... Again, this is exactly what I said in the beginning. Whenever something does well, developers and publishers are going to yell it into the world. Look, 5 million copies sold. Resident Evil Requiem, it does so well. 1 million copies per day. Yeah. Sony hasn't said anything about the player numbers for Marathon or Horizon. Oh, by the way, I forgot. Here, SteamDB. Where's Marathon? No, wait, this is Marathon Server Slam. Oh God, where did it go? Server Slam. How many people played it at the end? How is that possible? How did people just not log out? Are those the deaths? I mean, okay, that might be. That absolutely might be that those were the deaths. And now they're doing something. Absolutely. But in the end, let's just say here, 22 Yeah, be generous, 23k people played it at the end. Yeah, even, let's just say here, Monday, let's just make this the last day, 56k people played it in the end. Which is again less than the other days, of course. Oh boy, oh boy. This is not a good look, but I love this flatlining. This is going to be the game in maybe a year. I'm going to give Marathon a little bit more of a leeway, not just like Highguard or Concord, even though it is Concord 3, The Reckoning. But Sony is going to push that a little bit more. Sony is going to be willing to put more money into this. But then again, they also said if Bungie does not deliver, they will be absorbed into Sony as a whole. Let's just wait and see what's going to happen. Please leave your thoughts and questions in the comment section down below. I am keen to know what you have to say. And while you're here, please remember to do all the things that make the dings. Why? Because that way we can build a bigger community and talk more video game news every day. And by that I of course mean like and subscribe. And if you want, you can share this video with your friends. And please turn off YouTube's restricted mode. Otherwise, have a great day, my friend. Stay fantastic, stay hydrated. And I will see you tomorrow with the next video. Bye, bye, bye.